Hi, this is Adam Khoo here, and I've been getting a lot of questions on what are the best stocks to buy or to hold during this coronavirus epidemic. So obviously, these are stocks whose businesses are not affected by this epidemic at all. It's not affected by people staying at home and not going out. In fact, the best stocks to own are those whose businesses will actually get a boost from people staying at home. So here's a list of the top 20 stocks that could recession-proof and coronavirus-proof your portfolio in the months or even years to come. So here are the latest updates. There are a total of 106,000 cases worldwide, with more cases reported every day. So it seems to be getting from bad to worse, but maybe not. We'll talk about that in a short while. 3,600 deaths, but the good news is that over 60,000 people, which is 60%, have already recovered. Now, although this virus started in China, but there are more new cases outside of China now than in China itself. Right? We've got now a lot of new cases in South Korea, in Iran, in Germany, Spain, Japan, and now increasingly in the US as well. Now, besides the obvious risk to our health and well-being, which is the most important, this is dealing a really severe blow to the global economy. And if this virus continues for too long, it could tip the entire global economy into a major recession. And the stock market's freaking out. This uncertainty has caused the sharpest correction in the entire stock market's history. A 10% drop in just 7 days. Now, besides the risk to our health, this epidemic is dealing a severe blow to the global economy. And if it carries on for more than 6 months, it could tip the entire global economy into a severe recession. And the stock market's freaking out. And that's why the S&P 500 had the sharpest correction in history, dropping 16% in 7 days, wiping away trillions of dollars from the stock market. So which industries have been the hardest hit? Well, it's industries who depend on people going out and spending money. It's industries who depend on people who come together in crowds to spend money, right? So obviously transportation is taking a huge hit. Airlines are reeling, it's unprecedented. Cruises, right? Who dares to take a cruise right now? Private hire cars like Grab, like Uber, right? Taxis, outdoor entertainment, right? Movies are being cancelled, shows are being cancelled, the Olympics may be cancelled, right? Concerts are being cancelled, and of course, retail is dying. They've already been dying, but this is the final nail to the coffin. Brick and mortar retail, oil and gas, oil prices are collapsing, right? Tourism, anything to do with tourism, hotels, travel agencies, theme parks, airports are almost empty in many countries now. F&B, restaurants, clubs, and pubs, they're all suffering. Let's take a look at some of their stock charts. So one of the hardest hit businesses or stocks are the airline stocks. So for example, Delta Airlines, one of Warren Buffett's biggest holdings. You can see that, even the Oracle did not see this coming. You can't blame him, right? And from $62, Delta Airlines is down, went all the way down to $43. That's like a 40% drop in less than a few weeks. Okay, you've got Southwest Airlines, which is down from $58 down to $40. Again, that's like, over 30 to 40% drop. And of course, you've got cruises, Royal Caribbean, okay? Who dares to take cruises nowadays? They're all empty or they're being quarantined. Cruises are being stuck in the middle of the sea. No one wants to take them in. So Royal Caribbean, RCL ticker symbol, is down from $135 to $60. My God, that's like a over 60% drop in just a couple of weeks since this started. You've also got Carnival Cruises, another competitor, another cruise company. Not as bad, but again, down from $52 all the way to a low of $26. That's like a over 40% drop. And again, with this virus, you've got a drop in demand for oil, causing a crash in oil and gas companies. Like look at ExxonMobil, XOM. ExxonMobil, it's already been on a downtrend, but dropped from again $69 all the way to $47, another sharp drop over there. And one of the largest outdoor entertainment companies, which is Cedar Fair, ticker symbol FUN, they operate amusement parks and water parks in the US, and look at that, it's from $54 all the way down to $35. Again, a really sharp drop in just a couple of weeks. So it's really, really terrifying if you're invested in any of these stocks. And there's no way you could have seen this coming. This was a black swan. Now, the great news is that this epidemic, like all past crises, financial crisis, H1N1, mad cow disease, will not last forever. It will end. And when it ends, the global economy will recover. Businesses will recover. These stocks will recover. That's the good news. So should you be buying or holding these stocks whose sales and profits are temporarily hit by this epidemic? Should you buy Royal Caribbean? Should you buy, Delta Airlines? Should you buy all these oil and gas stocks? Well, you could, and eventually they will recover. But personally, I prefer to buy stocks whose businesses are not affected at all by the virus, that their sales and profits have not been affected by people staying at home and not going out. But their share prices have dropped purely for irrational and emotional reasons. Why? Because when people's confidence comes back, these companies whose sales and profits are intact will fly up a lot faster than these companies whose profits have actually been impacted. At the same time, I like my portfolio to have stocks that are resilient in the worst case scenario. Now, I'm an optimist. I honestly believe that this crisis will resolve within 5 to 6 months. And the reason is because the new cases in China are beginning to fall. There are less and less people getting sick. Factories in China are beginning to reopen again. Starbucks that closed 80% of their outlets in China have begun to reopen them. Italy, which is one of the countries with the most number of new cases, are beginning to shut down 1/3 of their country. So the government is acting fast and decisively. South Korea, that has I think the third most number of cases in the world, again, new cases are beginning to drop as well. So I'm optimistic that it will resolve itself. Okay, but question is, what if I'm wrong? What if it doesn't resolve? And what if it gets to become a global pandemic and it gets so bad that companies tell all their employees that you all work from home from now on? And can you imagine a scenario where for the next 1 or 2 or 3 years, people can't leave their homes? That it becomes a norm for people to work from home. In fact, it's now happening, right? A lot of the MNCs like Microsoft, they're asking their staff to work from home. Facebook, Google telling people stay at home, don't come in. And again, like I said, I want to have a portfolio of stocks where the businesses will continue to thrive and increase their sales and profits if people have to stay at home for a long period of time. So here's my top 20 list of what I call the stay-at-home stocks. Stocks whose sales will not be impacted by people staying at home and not going out for a very long time. And having these stocks in your portfolio will truly virus-proof and recession-proof your portfolio in the months or years to come. So think about it. If you can't go out much, you're going to stay at home and work from home, what are the products and services that you still have to use? How do you still have to spend your money? Well, we still need to communicate, and what better way to communicate than through social media? In fact, all the more we need social media to find out if our friends are still out there somewhere, or hopefully they're still alive, they're still feeling well, right? So we're going to use a lot more of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and all these 3 products are owned by Facebook. That's right, ticker symbol FB, one of the core stocks in my portfolio. Now, in China, Facebook is banned, Instagram is banned, WhatsApp is banned. They don't use this. So in China, what's their equivalent? So in China, the equivalent of Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and PayPal is known as WeChat. And WeChat is owned by Tencent. So Tencent is a large mega tech company in China. In fact, Tencent, in terms of market cap, is now larger than Facebook. So again, Tencent is a stock that's in my portfolio as well. Okay, now what else do we use to communicate? Communication, right? We have got Google, right? You need to get information, what's happening in the world out there. You're trapped in your little house, so you got to Google all the time, right? And you're getting bored at home, you've got nothing to do. What do you do in your free time? You watch videos, right? Of course, you can watch paid videos, but why not free? Why not on YouTube, getting the news? So YouTube and Google, they're owned by a company known as Alphabet, ticker symbol GOOG or GOOGL. Okay, so you're holed up in your doomsday bunker at home and you're getting bored. What do you do? Especially if you're a guy, you would go gaming, online gaming. A lot of money to spend on online gaming. What's the biggest online gaming company in the world? It's none other than, again, Tencent. Tencent owns most of the popular games in the world out there. So Tencent is both into social media as well as the largest gaming company in the world. In second place, you have Activision Blizzard, ticker symbol ATVI, that owns the popular Call of Duty online games. And of course, you have got Electronic Arts, or EA, very well known for their EA Sports games. So again, computer gaming is something that would probably thrive the more people have to stay at home. You just get bored, you got to spend money online. So in case you are not familiar with the gaming world, these are the very popular games which are owned by Tencent. You have got PUBG Mobile, PlayerUnderground, Call of Duty Mobile, League of Legends, Marvel Super War, Clash of Clans, right? And Activision Blizzard, ATVI, they own the entire Call of Duty series, as well as Pitfall, Spyro Reignited, and yeah, these are things that people play every day. Guys, now you can't play all day, you gotta work and you gotta bring in the bacon. And again, increasingly, companies are asking their employees to stay at home, and this could be the new norm in the future, even if without an epidemic, right? So you stay at home, you're working, what do you need? You need software, especially you need Microsoft, right? So a lot of us use Microsoft Office, companies, enterprises use Microsoft Cloud, and they pay a subscription every single year to Microsoft. Microsoft is a core stock in my portfolio as well. What else? Especially if you are into designing or you need to create a lot of documents, you need software from Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Acrobat, Adobe PageMaker. You have to pay subscription to Adobe every single year to use the software to work. And of course, as more and more people work in remote locations from home, companies need meetings. So they have to do a lot of video conferencing. Now in the past, people use Skype, but now what's really popular, the number one video conferencing company in the world is Zoom Communications, ticker symbol ZM, if I'm not wrong. Now, I don't own this stock yet because it's still a bit expensive. I'm hoping it's going to come down a bit more to start to buy this stock, but it's something to place on the watch list. All right, so you're working hard, you're making money, and you're playing some games, but you still need to buy certain products for the house, for yourself, right? But you're afraid to go out to the mall, get infected. So you're going to order stuff online. So you want to own businesses that are into e-commerce. And what's the number one e-commerce business in the world? It is Amazon, right? So again, as you know, Amazon's a core stock in my portfolio, and it's still pretty cheap right now, okay? Now, so again, most of the world uses Amazon, but in China, Chinese are different. They don't use Amazon. Chinese people, they don't use Amazon. They use Alibaba. That's right, that owns AliExpress, Alipay. So again, China's a different world. And if you want to conquer the world, you have to own the businesses that dominate both China and outside of China. All right, what else have you got? You've got Shopify, okay? Although I don't own Shopify yet because again, it's still a bit expensive, hoping the share price is going to come down a bit more for me to accumulate some of the stock. But core holdings would be stuff like Amazon and Alibaba. Now, the next category that people are going to buy even more of would be, of course, healthcare. I mean, after all, it's a pandemic. You have to take care of your health, right? So what's the biggest healthcare stock in the world? Johnson & Johnson. So they make medical devices. People still need medical devices. They make drugs, pharmaceuticals. People still need to take their medication, as well as they make toiletries like Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. You're not going to deny your baby of shampoo just because it's World War Z. No, you're not. Okay, so Johnson & Johnson and of course Kimberly-Clark. It's amazing how people are now clearing the shelves buying toilet paper. Okay, what's wrong with them? I say that your IQ is equivalent to 150 minus the number of toilet rolls you have in your house. Okay, anyway, but who manufactures toilet rolls and Pampers and all these paper products that we need in the face masks? You have got Kimberly-Clark. So they're probably going to do pretty well the longer this epidemic lasts. And third, we have got Abbott Laboratories, another major healthcare stock that again makes drugs, medical devices, and very well known for all these health formulas, baby formulas like Similac, right, and all these baby food stuff, right? So healthcare, really, really important. So Johnson & Johnson, ticker symbol J&J, Kimberly-Clark, KMB, Abbott Laboratories, ticker symbol ABT. All right, so what's next on the list for our top 20 stocks to own in an apocalypse? All right. Number 6, we have got consumer staples. So these are essential items that you have to buy, you have to use, no matter what happens, no matter how bad the recession is or epidemic is, you still got to buy certain essentials, especially so cleaning products. So people are going to get a bit obsessed with cleaning stuff. So what's the number one cleaning company in the world? Clorox, right? So they own all these detergents and sprays and all these cleaning stuff. So Clorox is a great stock to have in a portfolio. Again, a bit expensive though. I don't want to wait for a lower price to start accumulating Clorox, possibly. Okay. Next, we have got PepsiCo. All right. So again, these are in your home, you're bored, you're watching TV, you got a snack, right? Now, here's the thing. Pepsi is not the main product of PepsiCo. As you know, in the soft drink market, Coca-Cola is the market leader. I don't even drink Pepsi. I don't even like Pepsi, right? But Pepsi, their main source of revenue would be potato chips, right? Crackers. So Lay's potato chips owned by PepsiCo. Tropicana, Quaker Oats, Gatorade. These are all owned by PepsiCo. People still order these products because they're essential staple products. And of course, now men may not think that this is a necessity. Men may not think that it's a staple, but I can tell you most women, especially my wife, should say this is a staple. Beauty, cosmetics, so Estee Lauder. All right, some people are going to say, you know what, if I'm going to die pretty. Now, if you're a guy, you may be wondering, hey, if you're not going out, why do you need to look good? Because of social media, right? So I'm going to be on TikTok, I'm going to be on Instagram and Facebook, I still got to look good. So ticker symbol Estee Lauder EL, PepsiCo PEP, and Clorox CLX. All right. On to more consumer staples. So you're at home, you like to eat, you're hungry, but you don't want to go out. What do? You order in. And first thing to think about, pizza. Domino's Pizza. Ticker symbol DPZ. What else have we got? McDonald's, right? That's right, McDonald's. You order McDonald's for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. You may die of cholesterol, but it's okay. At least you'll be alive from the epidemic. And of course, P&G, Procter & Gamble, again, another company that owns many of the household products and necessities that we have to use every single day. You gotta shave your armpits, you gotta shave your beard, you gotta use shampoo, you gotta use deodorant, you gotta, use all these products. So P&G is the last stock in my top 20 list of stocks to own in a recession-proof, coronavirus-proof portfolio. So for my last word, let me do an important disclaimer. These are businesses which I believe their sales and profits are not going to be affected very much by people staying at home. It doesn't mean their stock price won't go down. The stock price could still go down because of widespread panic selling by retail stupid investors, right? So their stock price could go down. But I can tell you they'll probably go down less. And in fact, some of them, they may even see the share price go up because they're very defensive stocks. But what I'm saying is this, when this market crash is over, when the market recovers, these are the stocks that are going to fly up faster than other companies whose profits have been plummeted by the virus, like airlines and cruises and all the other companies that will actually lose money during the crisis. So these are companies which will not lose money, they probably make money, and they are the ones that are going to recover and fly the fastest the moment the market bounces back up. And again, this is not a recommendation for you to buy any of these companies. These are companies which I think are fantastic. I own many of them, but you got to do your own research to know when's the best time to get in. You want to buy them only when they are fundamentally undervalued, when they show good technical patterns on the charts. So you'd like to learn more about that, do check out the rest of my videos, or check out piranhaprofits.com, or join our community of investors and traders where we generate profits consistently in any market condition. This is Adam Khoo. Thanks for watching. May the markets be with you and stay safe. Wash your hands, don't touch your face. So if you want to be the first to get my next video on YouTube, do click the subscribe button right now. If you want to check out my online courses, go on to piranhaprofits.com, where you can enroll in our professional Forex, stock trading, options trading, and value momentum investing courses, where you're going to learn how to trade like a professional and generate an income anywhere in the world. If you would like to come to Singapore to attend my live classes, Wealth Academy, go on to wealthacademyglobal.com. It's Adam Khoo, and may the markets be with you.